What's up, guys? This is Ice, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a stream with OBS. So first thing I'm going to do is maximize this so it's easy for you guys to see. I don't normally work with it this way, but I'm just going to do this so that everything's larger, you can see it. Okay, first thing I want to do, you're going to want to go to Settings, and you want to add profiles. I want to add Live, Add, Local, Add. Click OK. Choose your live profile, because that's what we want to mess with right now. Okay, so you go to Settings, again. Encoding, you want to use a constant bit rate, constant CBR, you want these things both checked. I suggest 2500. If you're doing a 720p stream, that's all you need. People try to go above it, but seriously, there's not a huge difference between this and like 4000, which is honestly, I mean, that's a huge bitrate difference, but the quality is not that, it's hard to even tell. So I suggest this. Then you go to broadcast settings, and we want to live stream. Switch to Twitch. Choose the San Antonio server because that's where I'm closest to. And then for your stream key, you want to go to twitch.tv/broadcast. Make sure you're signed in, and you want to click show key. I'm not going to show you my key because I don't want you to be able to stream on my channel. But if you have this key, you use that. It's like a password to your. It's like a username and password to your account, essentially. You paste that here. So I'm just going to type something so you can see it. This would actually not let me stream because it's not a real key. And if you see here, it says you need a 2-second keyframe interval for Twitch. So let's go do that really quick. You go to Advanced. Right here, you click 2. Apply. And if we go back here, that message is now gone. So we fixed that. Now, I suggest streaming in 720p for Xbox, PC, whatever. 720p, unless you're doing like a tournament event, there's really no reason to stream in 1080p. Unless you're partnered and people can do like a lower transcode. People struggle with a high bit rate and high resolution. It's just you're gonna be missing some viewers because they're gonna be saying lag and all that stuff, and you know what I'm talking about. That's why I suggest 2500. Most people can watch that. And then also I suggest 720p. So we do 1280 by 720. No downscale. You go to 40 FPS. Click apply. Audio. Desktop device stays default. You choose your microphone. It could be your Astros, which are right here for me, or for what I'm going to use are my with the Blue Yeti, which is a desktop microphone, which you're listening to right now. Click apply. I'm not going to mess with any of the rest of this. Go to advanced. And here's the thing with the presets. This will change the compression, basically. What it says here, setting this value higher reduces CPU usage by sacrificing certain aspects of quality. So essentially what this is doing is it's an ultra fast means it goes through the processor fast. In other words, this is for bad computers. Ultra fast is for bad computers. This is for like a computer that's so good that it probably doesn't exist. I use faster for Call of Duty, and it warns you that this could really be hard on your computer. So you got to watch your task manager to make sure your processor, CPU, does not go over like 70% usage when you're streaming. Otherwise, you want to make this higher until it's like a reasonable number. So that's good. You probably don't have to mess with anything else. And now we want to, let's rename this scene. Let's call this Xbox 360. And let's add video capture device, which is your capture card, and I'm going to be using the AverMedia. It works the same with any other card. This is an internal card. It's just the one I have already. I don't like spending money on new stuff, and so we have to set this to 59.97. I believe you have to do this. It might work if you don't, but this is what Xbox actually outputs in, is 59.97. So I suggest putting that there. Resolution 1280 by 720. There's a drop down. You want to choose that because that's what we're streaming at in our streaming settings. Input device audio is just use device audio. Output to stream only means that you will not hear an echo, which is amazing. Click OK. Nothing comes up. Well, that's because unlike XSplit in this, in order to see something, you have to click preview. So now you see if I move my controller, how it moves. This is what this is actually capturing. So what we want like an overlay or something, right? So let's add an image. Browse to it. Let's choose this one. Okay. I'm lucky because the guy that made this for me does this a lot, so he knows how to make images the right size. But let me show you an example. The old one that I was using that is not the right size. It's not a full image, so I have to adjust it. Okay, notice how that's off to the side? That doesn't look good. You can click on this image. You got to position size, center horizontally, which is what I want. Right? Now that's centered. Or you can do, if I want this in the dead center, I could do center vertically. Well, I don't know why I did that, but the image must be big. Well, we can actually test how big the image is by clicking Edit Scene. Yeah, so this is the size of the image right here. I'm not sure why it's that tall, but it is. And if we want to move that around, we can, but I don't really want to. I want to put this back. I want this at the, move to top. And then we want center horizontally. Cool, that looks great. Now if we want to add text or something, we just go to Add Text. Enter your text in here. You can read from a file. Scroll speed is like 15. It's good. Let's make this, we'll make the text big. Edit Scene so we can move stuff around and resize stuff. Cool, it works, right? Now what if I want this to like go behind? See how it's over the top? It's probably hard to see, but this is like over the top of my overlay here. If I want to make this behind it, all I have to do is move my overlay to be the top layer, because these are layers essentially. So text is on top of image, which is on top of my game video. So we want this image to be on top of the text. So let's go to Image, Order, Move to Top. So now you see this is behind the image. See the text appears behind the image? It's probably hard to see, but just believe me that it is. Cool. So these are all the settings we want for live. Let's do Save. What profiles do is they save your settings in here, not necessarily your scene settings here. So these will stay. When I go to local, notice how it all stays the same. The only thing that's going to change is my encoding settings. So for local streams, we probably want like 10,000. And that should be the only thing that you change. Yeah. Oh, it's still all default. So you'll have to go through and change all these to your settings again. But you'd want this in 720p again for locally recording, because you want to record, essentially you just want a different quality when you're recording than you do when you're live streaming, because you can save a higher quality, etc., etc. I'm not going to go through and redo this because it will be the exact same thing, but I'm just letting you know that you can set a local thing like that. And because you want to do this locally, instead of broadcasting to a live stream, you're just going to do file output only. You set the file path, and when you hit start streaming down here, this will save to a file instead of live streaming. See, it would save to the file that you set here. But we don't want that. We want to go back to live. Notice how all our settings are back. Awesome, right? So now, hopefully this doesn't crash my recording. It doesn't, because I'm recording this with XSplit because I'm using OBS just to show you here. So I can't use OBS to record itself, if that makes sense. Last time I tried to do this, I got this far in this, and it crashed, and XSplit crashed because I tried to add Minecraft. But we're going to add another scene, add scene, Minecraft. Please do not fail me now. Game capture. This is where we got, oh, thank God it works. Okay. So Java, we want to stretch image to screen and ignore aspect ratio. And the reason we want to do that is because Minecraft is not a full screen game. So you can like resize it and stuff like this, but you want to continue to have it look good on your stream. Let me show you what it looks like when you don't do that. So let's not do this. Let's click OK, and let's preview. See how that's like small, but if I maximize it, well, it didn't change. Let's see. This is just something people struggle with all the time. Fit to screen. See, like nobody can figure out how to make this work. So what you do instead is you just go into here, and instead of like trying to resize this using edit and like dragging it bigger, don't do that. This is the trick. You go to properties, stretch image to screen, ignore aspect ratio, click OK. and it works. See? Everything's good. So that's how you do Minecraft. You can add overlays in this as well. Image. What do I want to use? I want to use, let's just say, let's pretend I had a webcam, but I don't. We can do this. Boom, that goes there. I could put text on this. Image here. Whatever. It all works, right? So that's essentially what you need for OBS. I don't think I'm missing anything. You can switch between scenes very easily and between profiles very easily. If I wanted to record Minecraft using this, I could switch to local. And I want to record in 1080p, so I would set my video setting right here to 19. Well, it's already 1920 by 1200. That's wrong. There we go. So it takes the resolution of my monitor. One of them, which is just like a really, it's a weird. It's not important, but that's what you want. That's 1080p is 1920 by 1080. 720p is 1280 by 720. Etc. 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 You can downscale. I suggest not doing this. For YouTube videos, I forget whether it's still the case, but I think you can do 60 frames per second. This will be hard on your computer, so I suggest for local recordings, if you're trying to do 1080p, make this higher. And just remember, you can always check how hard it is by using your task manager, so you can do like a little test stream and stuff. So yeah, guys, that's it. If you have any questions, please leave comments, and I will try to answer them as best I can. If there's anything serious that I left out, I can make another video. If you have any questions about another application like XSplit, I can do XSplit. If you're having a question about whether or not OBS works on a platform other than Windows, the answer is right now, no, it does not. So the best operating system currently to stream with is Windows. You can't use Linux. Can't use Mac. You can. It's just really a pain. OBS I know does not look as pretty as XSplit, but it's so solid. You can get a better quality stream out of it. I stream in 2500 kilobits per second, and it looks like I'm streaming at 4000. What I suggest too is if you're an advanced user, you can go into advanced here, and you can learn some of these X264 and settings. Oh my gosh, I almost completely forgot. This is important. Go to live. Settings, advanced. You need to set your keyframe, because look at, oh, why is it not saying that? What it should say, because I haven't set my keyframe. Oh, I already have set my keyframe. Well, I guess we went through that already, and I've tried to record this video so many times that I forgot. But keyframe needs to be 2. Has to be 2. Twitch will remove features from your stream, like you might not get mobile, you might not get transcodes if you're a partner. Just remember that when you go to stream, you can go to here, you go to your dashboard, and it'll tell you what you're doing wrong. I don't want to go to my dashboard because it shows some stats. I guess I can just do it. Cool. Right here is where it'll show your stream quality configuration.
Eating lunch isn't exactly.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry if that was just destroys your ears. Stream quality configuration. It'll say excellent if it's proper, which you should be if you followed my settings. So, if you guys have anything to say, please leave a comment. I will get to it. I might make another video if I missed anything important. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time.